Hey there, Andrew, Davey again, just checking in after the last time, and I want to find out, how did you go? When you look at the budget and you started to enter those numbers, did you see some exciting things? Did you see things that might be that opportunity that I spoke about and ways that you can increase it? Awesome. If you did, thank you so much for playing full out. And it's the whole purpose of this is to take you on a journey so that you can discover for yourself how these tools can apply. Excuse me, getting all tangled up. That's how excited I am about what I'm about to share with you. So what I wanted to do now was help you understand that once you have the tools, it's about now directing them in a way that's actually clear and specific to you, not to anyone else, but what you specifically want to create. And so I look at it like this. When you look out at the world, there's so many people that are motivated. And one of the things is when you have the motivation without the tools or the other way around, it's never going to work. I always say that, one thing is you can motivate someone without anything to be motivated about. They'll just be running on the spot and nothing's going to change, nothing's going to happen. So the reason last week I wanted you to do that budget is so you can get a realistic understanding of seeing what's possible for you. And now what I want to do is help you get really, really clear on where you're going. Now, right now, you might be in a position where you're looking at, what is a career you're going to head into? Maybe what is a business that you want to start on the side to create more of that opportunity. And so I want to help you understand how you can get really, really, really clear on how you can make that happening as of today. Because once you understand this and you have a vision, you know where you're going, you're not doing this approach that most people do is, that ready, fire, aim. They completely missed, but missed what? What were they aiming for in the first place? So today I want to help you set up the target and the bullseye that you're going to be aiming for. So what I need you to do is just grab a piece of paper, maybe you've got a book or something like that, and I want you to put a dot on one side of the page and a dot on the other. And I want you to label the one on the left, point A, and the one on the right, point B. So your page just should look something like this, really simple. And now what I need you to do is draw a line across that joins those two. Now, where do you think point A might be? It's right now. That's right. So it's exactly where we're at today. Not looking at the past, not looking at what things have happened for us or what things have led us to now, but looking exactly where we're at right now. And so what do you think point B might be? That's right. It's where we want to be. Now, what I want you to do is take a moment to actually consider what that point B might be. Is it 12 months, 2 years? Is it 5 years from now? What is the vision that you have? Not think about what it looks like, but just think about what's a realistic time frame of that bullseye that you want to aim for. Now, as you're thinking about that, I want to share one thing. There's two types of people that I see. Some people are good at one, some people are really good at the other. And I can reference myself here in knowing what I'm great at and what I need to improve on and get better. So some people are very, very good at looking in a telescope and seeing all the way out there. They can see the vision, they know exactly what it looks like, and I'm one of these people where I know where I'm heading and I know exactly, like I can foresee it. I can understand what the stage looks like, the opportunities I create, and where I'm going to be in 1 year, in 5 years, and 10 years from now. It comes naturally to me, as it does for some other people as well. Now, the opposite to that is the people that are very, very good at looking in the microscope and looking at what's happening right now. They understand all the things around them, all the moving parts, but sometimes are a little restricted in looking beyond the clouds and having an understanding of a vision. Either way, there's no right or wrong, but it's actually now helping you expand on. For me, sometimes I really struggle with those finer details, and I've really sometimes got to get that guidance from others in the questions I ask so I can break it down even further. And just like some people who are really good at the details, when they have a vision, they're like, got it, know where I'm going. Now all I need to do is break down what do I specifically need to do right now in order to make that happen. So once you've got your date, let's say it's 12 months from now. So you can put it today's date. I'm one of those people that likes to put it, the end of the year. So let's say we're aiming for the 31st of the 12th, and let's say it's 2017 where we're at right now. And so when you look at the end of, what's the end game? What are you aiming for? So as an example for you, it might be that you have an idea of a career that you want to head into. And so let's say it's a pilot, and you want to be a pilot 5 years from now. And so now you're breaking down, what do you need to do in the next 12 months? So what we're doing is, if we're going on this journey, how do I fill in the gaps? How do I actually fill it in? And so what you need to do is get very clear on that point B. So at point B, it might be, if you're a pilot, as an example, you know, in 12 months' time, you want to have your solo. You want to be able to fly by yourself, regardless of your age. A very good friend of mine is a pilot. He was 16 years of age when he was first flying a Cessna by himself, which is pretty cool. You can't even drive a car at that age, but you can actually fly a plane by yourself. It's pretty cool. So that might be where you're aiming, and that's the end game. So consider it for you. What is it, 12 months? Or maybe you want to do that end game of 5 years, and you want to actually look at, that's when you're, flying a jumbo. You're doing an A380 or whatever it is, and that's where you're heading. And so now what you need to do is just break it down. Get very clear on that point B. Know what it looks like, feels like. What would it be like? What amazing things would be created when you're in that place? You're sitting in the cockpit. Imagine what it's like. And now what you need to do is chunk it down into sections. Now, what I like to do is actually do 90 days. So if you look at a year goal, realistically, we're doing 4 lots of 90 days. And what that is what do I specifically need to do in the next 90 days that's going to lead me to that point B? So what we're doing is we're not becoming so overwhelmed by looking all the way out there and going, wow, look at all this stuff I have to do. When you look at, okay, so if that's the case, and I need to get X amount of hours to be in a position where I can go for my solo pilot's license, how many hours do I need to do in 90 days, and then in the next 90 days, and so on and so on? So you're breaking it down into sizable chunks so you can actually then commit to knowing, what do I need to do in 90 days? What do I need to do in a month? What do I need to do in the next week? How many flights would that be a week? How much income do I need into my budget so I can create the opportunity to be able to do those flights? You see where I'm going with this? So it's really just about now getting very, very clear. What is the end game? What's the point B? Where do you want to be 12 months from now, 2 years, 5 years, whatever that number is? And then what do you need to do in between to fill in those gaps? What you'll find is you'll make it so easy for yourself because you'll be able to take that first step. Now, the hardest thing is what? It's actually taking the first step. I always say this, inaction is clarity. You get so very clear at the things that you need to do. And not only that, you get very, very excited at the opportunities that show up when you start to take that step on that path and that journey. So that's what you need to do. I would love to hear from you. I'm here to help in any way that I can. You have my email. Please get back to me. Just connect with me on Facebook. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know how this goes. And let me know if there's anything I can do to serve and help you and guide you even further. Have a fantastic day. And I look forward to speaking to you in 1 week from now when we can take this stuff to the next level again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.